Trust-Based Relational Intervention, or TBRI, offers 3 research-based principles: connecting, empowering, and correcting, that guide building trust with children who have experienced relational trauma by addressing the needs of the whole child. Children from the hard place of relational trauma can experience healing, but they need something that they can't get on their own: a community that won't give up on them. Do you remember that guy in high school, or maybe at work, who was always bouncing in with a big smile on his face? You know, he would tell you about something cool he saw on the way in that day, or tell you about something funny he watched. You'd find yourself laughing a little bit and feeling a little bit lighter after he left. You think or say out loud, "Man, I love it when he stops by." How about this? Do you remember what would happen when a fight broke out in high school? Hopefully it never happened at the office. The heightened energy became visceral. Students gathered around, jumped up and down, and sometimes a few more people joined in the fight. Teachers had a hard time calming everyone down to start class. There's a name for getting caught up in a moment with others around us. It's called emotional contagion. Researchers first noticed it when studying the macaque monkeys. They noted that monkeys watching a fight between 2 other monkeys and the monkeys in the fight had the same emotional response. The monkeys watching the fight were internally in the fight too. Biologically, this happens because of the mirror neuron system, which allows us to catch the emotion of another, much like a cold or the flu. Step 1, mimicry. This is where we pick up on the body language, facial expressions, or tone of another person and begin to mirror them. Step 2, feedback. The message of our external state is sent to the brain and interpreted. Step 3, contagion. Our emotions align with our body, and now we're sickened or soothed with whatever mood someone else came in with. No doubt, some viewers are already picking up on the power that this mirror neuron system offers. Sure, you could be the one catching the emotion, but you could also be the one spreading the emotion. The key to which end of the contagion we're on is being mindful of the mirror neuron system at work. In TBRI, we use the expression flipping our lids. You might know it as blowing your top, or flying off the handle, or coming unglued. No matter what you call it, it sounds like something's going flying through the air, our sound mind, and is an apt description for what happens at the peak of an emotional ride of anger or fear. Sometimes, objects are literally flying. For children from hard places, getting to this extreme emotional peak is a path too often traveled. When they perceive a threat, which could be an angry tone, the sensation of hunger, or a sense of failure, and there is no safe adult, as in no adult that they have developed a trusting relationship with, their brain interprets it as imminent danger, and the typical behavioral responses of fight or flight are being triggered. We know these behaviors as tantrums or running away. If a child or youth is even more scared, they might disassociate from what's happening around them and shut down. If we as caregivers are not mindful of emotional contagion, we begin to experience the situation as imminent danger, too. The clenched fists, dilated pupils, and heavy breathing of the child are mimicked by us, and now their experience of terror and fury become our own. Our minds justify the feeling of a threat that didn't exist only moments ago, and we begin to communicate back to the child our own threatening nonverbals, or, let's be honest, our threatening verbals. We become the very thing that they're afraid of, and again, they are perceiving a threat without a safe adult to use for security. Heartland for Children's prohibited methods of discipline, including spanking, lock seclusion, or mechanical restraints, are not effective because they do not give children from hard places a sense of safety. Those methods communicate that the child is in more danger. If instead we harness the power of emotional contagion, we can help set the emotional tone for the child to come down and meet. For the heat of a flipped lid, we must plan a course of action ahead of time. Acknowledge the power of mirror neurons on an escalating situation. Get a grip on yourself. And if you can't, call for help. A trusted friend, a neighbor, or Peace River's crisis response team. Help the child get a grip by using the power of mirror neurons and your own calm. Keep in mind that lowering a flipped lid could take upwards of an hour or more. You can use cold, sweet drinks with straws and rhythmic movements like walking, jumping, or swinging to calm too. Use them together. When it's over, it's over. Reconnect with play and humor. And finally, investigate what might have set the episode off and make a plan for prevention. A child from hard places will flip their lid while in your care, and it may happen multiple times a day. When we stay committed as caregivers and give them the gift of our calm, they will come to know us as the safe adult they can trust when experiencing a threatening situation, reducing their need for the fight, flight, or freeze behaviors.